wait to talk about real estate. I can't wait to talk about listing properties, leasing properties, as well as living our best life. Maybe we're not moving, we are living in properties and we want to make them the best. We're going to give a few tips on how to do that as well.
Yes, absolutely. And I am just going to repeat what we're talking about today because I love the title. It's the RE Live Workshop Wednesday here, listing, leasing, and living. It's going to be an amazing conversation. We have some great topics to talk about today with you guys, all built around this industry that is the reason why all of you are here with us, because of that real estate industry that we all hold so near and dear to our hearts, whether you're a real estate agent or you're a home stager or redesigner, or you could be a painter. You don't have a job unless there's a house. So, it's also relevant and important. So it's a tough market right now, Jana. It's a tough market.
It is a tough market, but let me tell you how exciting it is, Lori. I mean, we have our own home staging company here in Dallas, as you know. It has been a rock star year. When you would think, right? Listings just got the notice here. Listings down. We are 40%. 40%. Can you believe that? It's crazy. We are having the average home is getting 4.1 offers. Average home, 4.1 offers. So if you guys are not part of Keeping Current Matters, that is one of those wonderful resources as realtors, as investors, as builders, as those professionals that are working in the real estate industry, i.e. your staging companies. We need to know the statistics. So keepingcurrentmatters.com, definitely be part of that. Inman News is always great. But here we are, Lori, 4.1 is the number of average offers that are coming in. And now we are sitting at the median days on market are 20. So 20 days, 4 offers. Can you believe it? It's crazy.
That is crazy. And I'm thinking of my days in real estate, and the field, the area that we really covered was old money, multi-million-dollar listings, Spanish revivals, all those older craftsman, gigantic properties. So typically when you have a luxury property, those sit a little bit longer, but to have that as the average really speaks to what's going on right now and how desperately we all need to come together and get this real estate market under control, helping each other hand in hand. Real estate agents, stagers, whatever, marketers, advertisers, all of that stuff we need. If you're under the umbrella of real estate, we all need to come together and make this happen for each other, because we really truly rely on each other unless you're going to decide to get out of the industry. And so I think you also had a statistic, how many, or was it yesterday, we were having a conversation with one of our keynote speakers for our real estate exchange conference, John Mills, and he gave us a astronomical number of agents that there are right now. There's also a lot of agents that are happening. So how do you set yourself apart with that? And so that's one of the topics we're going to be talking about at our exchange event. But yes, it's crazy. And so I know that you just got off another clubhouse. You were listening to some agents there and doing some research as well. So when it comes to listings, are we talking about listings first? Like
listings are crazy, down 40% fewer homes on the market compared to last year, right? That is just crazy. When you think about, no wonder. Now this is average, but we wonder how much of the market is being affected here. And when you take that average of 40% fewer properties, now we understand it. Of course, now we're having appraisal issues, which are slowing things down. People are having to come to the table with money. People are having cash offers. There's more cash out there right now. We got to keep that in mind, Lori. We printed so much money, over these last, since the pandemic, that because we have printed money, no wonder we have everything from inflation that's going to happen. We have properties that are selling above normal. And so we've got, of course, more people that are taking that money and moving up to a different property. They are moving from California to Texas because we are open now more than ever. So you got to think about there's this shifting, this changing of the guard, this fluidness that is coming, across this market. And I also want to point out that we may have this forbearance continue to December 31st. There's been some news of that. And so we've got over 2 million homes. In fact, 2.5 million are in some type of forbearance, but you've got 2.1 of them are 90 days. Oh my gosh. So we're going to have that, whether they're going to take those months and hop it into the back end of their mortgage, pay some money, but what's happening to the insurance? What's happening to, just those taxes on the property? If nothing's being paid, somebody's having to pay that. So there's a lot of questions out there, Laurie. At the end of the day, we're listing properties. Properties are selling far more than they would have, but there's more cash on hand as well. So it's just this perfect storm of craziness. It's like the hurricane and the tornado and the tsunami all at once happening. So we're just in it. We as staging companies have to look now at leasing. Okay, are we helping multifamilies? I'm sitting in one of our multifamily properties right now. Are we helping them? Because maybe people are selling and now they don't want to go buy another home and overpay for it. So they're going to hop into a lease for 12 months. And that's not a bad idea. Get somewhere where you encourage them to get somewhere where they want to maybe start a little bit of a fresh life. A lot of these apartments are doing 2 months with a 12-month lease. Like, that's pretty amazing. So I know there's just so much around when it comes to services that we can be offering and thinking outside of the box for sure.
Yes, definitely. You are one who thinks outside the box. You have tons of ideas how to survive this market, because honestly, this market is not like any other market we've had, right? And so thinking of the big market crash in 2008, that's when I was in real estate, and the challenges we had then and now are two different things. And so I feel like then people were losing their money and there was plenty of inventory, right? Now people have money, there's no inventory.
Right.
And so there's not enough houses being available for sale. So one thing I saw today on another one of our speaker, Amy Cotney, is she was out showing properties and talking about something on her social media page. And she said, if you can get an offer in on a property, to seriously think about investment property, that a lot of people are going to have to be renting very soon. Even buyers who can't get their offer accepted, they are going to have to rent. Or maybe it's a seller who's selling their house and they get that sold, they get 4 offers on it, closes in like 15 days, maybe it's an all cash offer. Now they have to move out and they can't buy another house because there's not enough inventory. They're going to need to be a renter for a specific time. Maybe it's a short-term rental, or maybe they want to sign a year lease, but that's something to think about in this market and to prepare for that change in how the market direction is going.
You're absolutely right, Laura. I mean, we have short-term rental properties. Our own property that we raised our boys in right now, as you know, is on the market. And we have had people saying, I'm moving to Texas. I don't know where I want to live. Can I lease your property for 6 months, even though it's on the short-term rental? And of course, we know anything over 30 days is a different agreement. It's a tenant agreement here in Texas. So you got to think about that. And would that be a situation where somebody could potentially go into forbearance? So I think when we talk about, we talked about listing properties. Now we're talking about leasing. We have to really be aware of our state laws. What constitutes as a short-term rental versus a long-term? Do you want to get in either game? And why or why not? Know the business. We also have 4 properties that are in Mexico that are short-term rental. And so people are working at home. They're working on their patio. They're working wherever. It is about going remote these days. And so some people may just want to say, I'm going to bow out of the market right now. I'm going to lease. I'm going to short-term lease. I'm going to hop around and work where I want to work. Or maybe I'm going to do a 6-month. You know, a lot of these multifamily, these apartment complexes are also doing 6-month leases. We just signed one, and we get the keys Monday for another property. And it's one of those things where, you know, leasing is not just about 12 months or 24 months. Now people have more options. So as an investor, let's just take, for instance, the investor that is typically a buy and hold investor, or they're a flip investor. Maybe they want to think about the short-term rental game. Maybe they want to think about, you know, having some situations where that, because that property, it's so crazy right now. We even have properties that are staged because it's kind of a different floor plan, or there's something, you know, that's not ideal about it. I know that we've got a meeting with one of our investors about co-hosting that on the rental platform. So much opportunity. We can buy, we can sell, or we can lease. We can be the leasee or the leaseor. Lots of opportunity. As staging companies, we are looking, and we are in all of these different revenue streams, which is so exciting. It's super exciting. And I just know leasing is one thing that typically gets ignored, but you know, as realtors, they're going to typically get that first month's rent. I mean, these companies will honor these realtors that are bringing them people to lease property, even short term. Corporate housing. We're getting into corporate housing, Laurie. We're getting into property management. So much opportunity. It's super exciting to me.
I honestly think the home stagers were positioned perfectly for this market, right? Because we have there's a lot of home stagers that also hold a real estate license that aren't necessarily pursuing sales or representing a seller or a buyer, but they have their license. So they could, if they needed to, or they have the sphere of influence of friends who are in the real estate industry. And guess what, people? They have the furniture that you need. And they can also help the buyers furnish their properties, or if it's a conversation about short-term rental, guess who has the furniture? You don't need to go to IKEA, people. You can definitely work with a local staging company. Contact us. We have hundreds of home staging companies across the United States and into Canada that can help solve that problem. If you're looking into short-term rentals, you need I know IKEA is cheap and convenient and trendy and looks really cute, but I can vouch, when I've stayed at a short-term rental, you're a little bit more rough on the furniture, okay? So IKEA might not be your long-term investment on furniture. So get with your home stager on that for sure. You know,
100%.
the kids are running around, they're jumping on the sofa, they're excited, they're jumping on the bed, whatever that is. So get with them on that. And so if you are watching us on Facebook Live right now, I just wanted to give a little precursor that we're going to be taking this party over to Clubhouse shortly. We call it the after party. So if you're not on Clubhouse, let us know. If you have an Apple device, a Apple iPhone or iPad only, we can definitely give you an invite. Jill and I both have a couple of invites we can share with you. So comment in the section below and we will make sure that you get on there. Or if you already follow us on Clubhouse, just be ready for that, because we're going to be taking the conversation, then being able to open it up to more people to share. So just giving that information so that you can join us over there. We've had so much success on Clubhouse.
Laurie, should I tell them that we've gotten, I think we're up to maybe 10 quotes, and we're about to sign on one of the contracts, all from Clubhouse. Should I say that?
Should you say that your own Instagram has grown 300% in 4 weeks from Clubhouse? That's not doing any other advertising, marketing, or even posting to her feed or story. That is organic from Clubhouse, 300%, people, with endless amounts of connections and networking, inbox full, all kinds of, you're really missing out if you're not jumping on the Clubhouse. It is so important that if you are a diehard Android, like my family, I would definitely recommend investing in an iPhone like we had to, so that I could be on the platform as well. And so it's so important, and the connections, and just, you were just in a real estate group. I was in one earlier too, and just hearing we can solve problems by listening first. Let's
Absolutely.
listen first, then take action. And there's so many things we in the staging and redesign industry can do to help real estate agents, and we just have to get that voice out there.
Well, we're going to be doing that May the 21st and 22nd here in Irving, Texas. Of course, if you don't know where Irving is, we are in Dallas. But we're going to have a live, and we're going to be meeting a lot of our Clubhouse peeps. This is going to be a live conference for real estate agents as well as anyone in the real estate world. If you're an investor out there, if you are doing mortgage, if you are doing any type of inspections, whatever that looks like, we want to meet you. We want you to be able to connect live and in person. You professional stagers out there, you designers, you redesigners, this is the place to align with like-minded professionals like yourself. So you can go to exchangeevent.com, that's with an X, exchangeevent.com. Get your ticket. It's only $199. So this is huge. And you get some bonuses with that, including a designation, which is huge. It's all about certified home preparation advisors. So anybody that signs up, we're going to gift you that certified home preparation advisor workbook. It's going to be a thing that you just walk through when it comes to your designation, and then you get to do that homework assignment. And hello, we've got a designation that helps you better prepare properties for the market, no matter if it's a leasing or listing to sell. And this is huge. So get your ticket. We are going to hit our maximum volume, so you want to do that. We've got some great speakers and can't wait for that event. It's super exciting.
All right, so we'll get into just a little bit because we're getting ready to transition. I just wanted to let everyone know in advance so that you can get your phone ready, get on the app, and be able to transition over, because we also like to hear from you. Yes, we can see you in the comments. We're doing Facebook Live, but we love hearing from you as well. And so that's why we head over to Clubhouse, and we have such an amazing following on Clubhouse of realtors and home stagers. And so we're just exchanging that information back and forth on that. So Jana, what do you feel like in the last month or so has been the most concerning statistic and or fact that you've heard about this industry right now that we may or may not have a solution to?
Yeah, I think it goes back to our 40, and some are reporting 46% less listings. And I know that companies that depend, maybe they're kind of a one-trick pony. They love to specialize as a realtor, as a listing agent, or they love to specialize as a staging company, vacants only. That right now may not be the highest and best. If that has dried up a little bit for you, then where are we pivoting? What other services can we offer? And I believe that a staging company like ours, Model My Home here in Dallas, we have had multiple streams of revenue coming in, which has actually allowed us to break some records in 2020, and also getting into some incredible months into 2021, doing services that we never dreamed of because we were already halfway there. So I think that can be concerning, Laurie, when it comes to the little inventory on the market. However, and here's the however, every struggle or challenge is an opportunity. So you have to think outside of the box and say, okay, well, ideally, I love to offer this service, but what else can I do? So make sure that you have a creative team around you, that you are problem solving, that you're understanding your avatar and what their new needs are now. And, if it's like staging, well, hello, a lot of people ask us to do design projects, interior decorating. So that leaves our last point. We talked about listings, we talked about leasing, and now we're going to talk about living. People want properties that maybe they're hunkered down, they don't want to sell right now, and they just want to love where they live. So how do we as staging companies now offer those solutions? How do you as a realtor honor that relationship and say, you know what, you may not be thinking about listing now, but you might be in 12 months. So let's go ahead and do a home walkthrough, a visit, and let's go ahead and create some corrective action measures now so that we can get that home ready for market and you get to enjoy it at the same time. People are working from home. How about your outdoor spaces, right? Can I just show you, Laurie? I mean, we've got an incredible outdoor space, and it's just a wonderful thing. You know, we've got inside, we have 2 office spaces that I can work in. So people are working from home, kids are at home, they're about to be out for summer. So let's create spaces that are wonderful to live in, but also listable. There's a new word, listable later. So as a real estate professional, find your core clients. Ask them, would you consider listing in the next 12 to 24 months? What can we do now to go ahead and do a key walkthrough and let me advise you on some places to make some key changes and go ahead and love it now. They would pay for that service. I know our industry may charge anywhere from $250, $299, $500 to do a property consultation. And so as a realtor, you know, why not? Why can't you offer a service or a credit, you know, back to when they do list with you, work with your professional stager, listing agent, and say, hey, let's go on to this property together and let's problem solve together. People want spaces they can work in, they can play in, they can lounge in and entertain in. So it's about being creative now. You know, get some color in there, create some special moments, have your home tell a story that you're proud of. So I just love that we have I love real estate. I love all things real estate. You add design and decorating and you've got my attention. And I think now more than ever, people want properties that are going to speak to them, that are going to grow with them, that are going to be wise investments in the future. Because if we're overpaying for property now, is that going to be a good investment in 2 years? But now there's more money out there. So it's this ebb and flow of the tornado, the hurricane, and the tsunami that's all happening at once in our real estate industry.
That's so true. And it's crazy because last year, I think it was ended in 2019, when you went to the builder show, they were already saying the importance of indoor, outdoor living space before they even knew what was coming, right? And I do think and believe, I know that some of our friends in Canada, they just went on another quarantine or lockdown again. And so, you know, you never know when that's going to happen. We never thought of that, but being prepared in advance and having those areas, a little corner, or I know in your property, Jana, you have like a little desk space that'd be perfect if you still had small children. That's their school zone, you know, and setting those things. Can you turn an office, like your office that has it's an actual bedroom, but it's used as an office, but if it has a walk-in closet, can that, you know, take the door off and be another office space for your kids? Like there's things that you can do. And so having her,
Laurie, as you're talking, and I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I'm getting excited thinking about it. Like, say that you have an unused closet, or you can pare down some things, and you need to do a Zoom or a Zoom room, and you need a great background. Do you have a closet that you could literally, this is our quiet space work zone, and then like the lake house we're building by the fireplace, we have done floating shelves, but on one side is a lower one for a desk area. They could work there, be in the living room, be in the open floor plan, look out the window, see the lake. So you could literally have an open workspace as well as a closed workspace. And now all of a sudden, wow, talk about staging. Here's the bonus idea. Everybody, are you ready? Are you ready? When we're staging properties, find a closet that you can turn into a closed workspace, right? That would be huge, especially if it's off of a flex room. That way it's closed up. Nobody's going, because we know Zoom, you really don't need a lot of background noise or someone walking behind you with no pants. That's happened before, right? So think about your different, not only work zones, but closed versus open. Oh, sorry. That's a good one.
No, that's exactly was my point. They're repurposed spaces now more than ever. Dividers are now back in. They're a thing now. You can get it on Wayfair. There's really cute ones. Husband and wives are having to both work from home now. Just being able to bringing in your professional home stager designer. They can quickly see this. This isn't a struggle for them. They can recognize what spaces will work, and it's always the stagers and redesigners who turn a room into something you never imagined it could be, right? Because that's their niche, that's their main thing that they do all day every day. So doing that, and then like you said, listable, listing later, and living in it now. And I do also think it's really important for everybody now that we're home more, not as much because a lot of places are opening, summer's coming, outdoor activities, but you need to keep your house in order and organized. So a lot of home staging companies offer organization. This is one of those added services that have been added to their services list this year because it's something that they can do, because believe you and me, they are organizing their warehouse or storage facility all day, every day. So they know how to do this well. But keeping your home organized if you're having to stay in it more, right? Especially if you have kids at home. It's tough, you guys. We know the struggle, but you just need to have those things in order so that you can live a more peaceful life.
Right.
And if you do decide to list it and you have a whole bunch of people that want to come see it, it's already in order and it's ready to go.
I think people are paring down, Laurie, now more than ever. They're thinking about essentials, and they're finding it's what brings me joy, right? What are the things around us that bring us joy? And let's live light. Let's get our house in order and live light. And I think that's a perfect way to end this session. Again, make sure you have your ticket to Real Estate Exchange or Exchange event, and you can go get that at exchangeevent.com, and make sure that you are there to mastermind with the best of the best in the industry. We're going to figure this thing out, and we're going to support each other. We're going to be talking about branding, luxury, where to find those listings now, how to partner with the professionals so that you guys aren't just trying to do all of this by yourselves. We're stronger together, and we're going to focus on real estate one day. We're going to focus on professional staging, design, presentation the next. It's just going to be a great event. You can attend live, which we would prefer, right? We want to see you, but you can also attend online if you're a little afraid to travel or you're super busy. Watch it later as well. Real Estate Exchange event. We cannot wait to see you. And this clubhouse is our Real Estate Alliance. And then, of course, this Facebook group that we're on now is our home staging network with over 4,000 professionals. We love it. And we come to you every single Wednesday, 2:30 Eastern. And we are going to come next week with an incredible topic. We're going to talk about some luxury properties next week. I can't wait for that. And Laurie, this has been awesome.
Yes. So be